So when I say policies that are necessary for compliance purposes, really three come to mind first. And we're talking about the policies that are referenced in the Form 990 specifically: the conflict of interest policy, the record retention policy, also known as document retention and destruction policy, and the whistleblower policy. So these are necessary, first of all, because they're referenced in the Form 990, and you always want to be able to check yes if possible. But more importantly, conflict of interest policy goes straight to the core of what it means to be a nonprofit organization and comply with the fundamental rules of being a nonprofit 501c3. The record retention and whistleblower policies are very important as well to comply with Sarbanes-Oxley law, and we've written about that in the past. So those three policies, I think, are the first ones that you want to make sure that you have before anything else.
And Ben, a quick comment on that before we go on. I think most people recognize those three policies. And from an auditor perspective, they expect you to have them. From the general public in the 990, we want to be able to check yes to those boxes. Would you agree with those statements?
I mean, yeah, there's a big perception angle to those three policies specifically. There are websites like Charity Navigator that look at this data and they specifically note if you're checking no to any of these boxes. So potentially it could affect an organization's score on these websites. And it just doesn't look as good as it can to be checking no on these. I've had clients who have some, but not all of them. But really what you want to aim for is have all these policies in place, check yes. And they're asked about on the 990 for a reason. It's because they're very important, especially the conflict of interest. And that one, I think, is the number one, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think all three are, one, very important, or two, but we're always trying to protect our reputation. And we want to project that. And when we're projecting a strong reputation, we spend more time on our mission and programs and such.